So this is a Kodak Sound old 8mm movie camera. It didn't take for very long. It was an experiment that kind of failed. All it is film, and there's got a soundtrack on it, very comparable to cassette tapes and the Super 8 films later on. This is how you thread it up. There's little toggles here that click, so you can hold the film in place. And this part here is pretty much standard. Put the film inside. Okay, just to make sure it's right. And if you want to thread it, you pull the little lever over and it opens everything up inside here. The part where the sound is picked up with the magnetic tape. The tape head very comparable to any kind of tape recorder. And again, this will click up and down, hold it in place. Wrap the tape around here. Should say the film. And don't want to forget to swing that over. And to record it, I got wiring coming from the speaker going into a laptop. And the software program, I get the recording first. And then you just simply turn it over. This is a slower speed. And that's how it works. And as you can see, the sound waves are on there. I forgot to put the speakers on, but
there's no use waiting any more time. We're breaking the door and surprising. That's a good idea. Let's go back 10 pages in a good run. Time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
here we can see from left to right, there's a speaker plug, complete with a red record light. Also has a yellow record level indicator which flashes in accordance with the volume, a line input for music, and a microphone input for narration of sound. In order to have sound, you would have to send your movies away to get a soundtrack added to it. You'd get them back in the mail, and at that you would overdub your sound that you wanted to add through the amplifying area here. And when the film is done at the end, you need to do this to get it to rewind. This is the button here to turn it in reverse. And there's a little lever up the top. If you pull it out, it speeds it up. And that way you get the film back on the original reel. And one thing that's interesting, when you shut it off, that little lever, there's linkage. Notice how it goes in on its own, so that way you don't have to worry about forgetting about it. Here's a quick view of the innards. A 2x10 speaker. Still plays surprisingly clear. There's a tube amplifier and a transformer, which explains the bulk of the weight of this heavy projector. The drive motor has a grommet on it. It's a rubber type, in which turn runs the whole projector. Surprisingly, after all these years, the rubber is still quite pliable. Here is what might be called the drive wheel. This is the area where that rubber grommet from the motor will drive either the left side or the right side. This area is tricky to see, but this is where the linkage is to move the drive wheel against the motor, either to the left or to the right, depending on whether you set the projector to run or rewind. Here's a close-up view of the soundtrack. You can see it quite clearly. The family that filmed this simply added music to the soundtrack, and with YouTube and their copyright issues, I thought I'd sample something else.
Africa, of all the world's lands, the most immense. A fifth of the entire solid surface of the Earth, one flank washed by the Atlantic, the other by the Indian Ocean. Its foot in the Antarctic, its head in the Mediterranean. 300 years ago, when men crawled across the continent at the plodding speed of the ox wagon, it was said, "We carry within us all the wonders we seek without us. There is all Africa and her prodigies in us." Here is the threshold to Africa. Here it began 2,000 years ago, when the Assyrians made a city which became Cairo, astride the greatest river in the world, the timeless Nile, artery of Egypt, where the feluccas of our time moved down into the 20th century past the stone memories of the oldest civilization known to mankind.
So that's our little tour of this Kodak 8 sound projector. If it happens you have any old 8mm movies with sound, get in touch with us here using the information at the end of this video. If you have further questions on the projector, feel free to comment below. Maybe you can even hit the like button, and thanks for watching.